Welcome back, everybody. So we continue. Been a while since we've been on Goblin DayZ. Running solo tonight. Cookie's off doing other things. So it's us against the world. That doesn't count. That was me experimenting. One's like, what's that? It's something that DayZ brought in but never implemented. That I was practicing with to see if we get them working. And we can't. So that's fine. Right, where are we? We have a bit of food on us. We have an AK mag. Okay. We have an SKS. That's good enough for me. I have a pistol. I have a key. Do we have any food on us? Yes, we do. Let's get a fire going before we go out, because we know what it's like. Bad. So tonight we can discuss next wipe if you want to, or we can just do a general run. The heat buff before we set off. What I'm more after. Silencer on our pistol. Pristine. That's fine. We can live with that. Good, good, good. We don't need that with us. Do need that. We probably don't need that, but it's worth having for a we got no bandages. We do need that. Could hit airfield later, maybe. Potentially. So which one's this for? This is for HQ Northeast Airfield. Okay. So fishing kit where there's some emergency food. Right, let's get this heat buff going. Money. Next wipe won't be a problem. There'll be no money next wipe to worry about in the first place. It's useful. I'll use that up. Good emergency food back here, I suppose. We'll burn that though. Does away with that problem. So we're just waiting to get the heat buff and then we'll move out. Yeah, boots are okay. Yeah, we're pretty okay. It's been worse. Want to get a couple of Ujumi flips on the older heat buff. So next wipe might be cold, but it won't be looking like this, it'll go to a normal look of DayZ, probably with longer grass. There might be some cold to it, but it won't be as freezing as it is now. We're not that far away from me wiping now. First designed as their first attempt at a survival server. So they made it harder. Which is probably why people hated it so much to start with. And still do. People aren't a fan. As a server owner, trying to run a Livonia server is hard work to get extra numbers in. Really hard work. Especially from a survival perspective, people just don't want it. Or not enough people want it to make it viable. That's life. It's alright. It's what it is. Right, let's go off and get some stuff done. Yeah, there we go. How did I know someone had put a landmine outside my house? There's somebody going around the map dropping off landmines. Me included. No map. Where is my HQ? Where am I? I am... That's alright. Life, innit? No, the door was closed. But they'd put it under a bush. But there's somebody on the server that's going around dropping off landmines. I get it. Yeah. I do the same. If you locate a base, then take out the people inside. You know, if he comes on now and he's got explosives, he's one door in. Too much food on this server. Trader West. So at least I've got a trader symbol to work with. That can go there. That can come here. If we head towards Trader West, our house is nearby. No, Trader East, actually. I lied like a cheap watch. So Trader East is what we need to head for. Same thing happened to Merv. He tried to leave his house and there was a landmine waiting for him. Wasn't it? When we get back there, our body will have despawned. Because that's the type of server I'm running. But I want to get back there and secure the door. Because I can't risk that door being open. Lag there, I think. It's alright though. It's what it is. We need to find another key and start the process off again of getting stuff together. Potentially I need a box of nails and I need to go up a level so I can climb out windows rather than doors. And I should have really been more covert with my base and where I put it. That's that done. Now we need a fire because we're sneezing. Bush, 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 bush. There we go. I'm also in the process of reinstalling. Sorry, I've acquired a laptop, so I'm in the process of sticking Windows 10 on it to then get a free upgrade to Windows 11 to run it as a server. So it's an old laptop. It's a quad core, 16 gigs of RAM, so it'll be fine for the DayZ server. But it's an old machine. Get some. They're the ones that are disinfected, so I need to make gloves. Need to warm up quickly. Otherwise it'll only be dead. Eat that rather than, because the honey dehydrates you massively. Going to be a real careful next time I log on and leave the base. Yes, be massively careful, Ryan. Somebody is going around doing it. It happened. I'm not the first person that's it's happened to. Yeah, there are. They're out there. I made sure of it. But not living somewhere covert's my own fault. Just means in the future we need to be more covert in our base choices. defrost. Done. Done. Chili, yeah. Yeah. Off-grid is the only way to go on here now. Because it's so... And that's how the server's been written. And that player will understand that, say they have a breaching charge already, and they can only get through one door. If you kill someone at their door with a landmine, you've already got past one door if they don't make it home. They will know that. I mean, when I get back to... My body will be gone. There will be no body left when I get back there. Because of the very nature of how I've written the server. It might be a little bit laggy tonight because I'm sharing my internet connection with a laptop that's doing updates. Moment. Give me a second. My FPS counter ain't working. No. Bugger. It's hard work starting off, as we remember, on here. This, then a priest. The church is at 12 o'clock on my location, I think. Yeah, I did. I caught up. I slept through and I worked from home today. So I didn't have to rush into work. I still had to work, but I just wasn't rushing in. But thank you for checking. Yeah, and your stuff won't be there anyway. There's no point trying to sprint home. It ain't going to happen. I wanted it to mean something. I wanted dying to be to feel permanent. Rather than, oh look, there's a body. I can pick those items up and carry on. So let's do a fire now. So we've got a well here. And we've got honey. So we can get warm. We can eat all our honey and then we can hydrate before we move out. What annoys me most is I lost a key. Not that I get that. It's in the real world, but I lost a key. That's the annoying thing. That's life. I made it that sort of server. Why did I make 2 of them? You mad goblin. Yeah, basically, next wipe, people are going to have to be really covert for survival, I think. No trader to buy stuff from. Smaller bases until you get the gear, and all hidden away. Need to get our health going up before we even think about leaving. Get rid of that cold if we can. I recently found my first key. Haven't gone for the box yet. It's the furthest military away from my base. Go figure. Yeah. I'm kind like that. Kind goblin. Yeah. The keys take you all over the map, basically, and slowly gear you up until you get to end game. But if you get killed, you'll need to start again, which is fair. It doesn't feel it to me now, but it is fair. Now we need gloves. I'm going to make them from this. Yeah, because it's bad weather. I need to wrap my hands. Then I need head wrapping, feet, face, eye, hands, head. Yeah. But we'll keep those 2 till we find something to cover our face with. At least that gives us a bit of survivability. That's all still working fine, isn't it? Good. Tomorrow I start writing a mod. So tomorrow I'm going to start Operation Make Our First Ever Mod. The joy of it. And try and get that working. Which will be a recipe mod. So it'll be very used to what you've got now, but there'll be Goblin DayZ recipes rather than third party. I don't know if we're going to fight this cold off because we're not going to get warm enough. So let's drink some more water and then do a bit more warming up. We need to find a priest because we're going to need a map. So we can plot our route well to well to get ourselves home. That one. Worthwhile. There'll be less food around next wipe, but it will be slightly warmer, so that won't matter so much. There'll be less of everything next wipe, but it'll be slightly warmer. To get more clothing before we move too far from here. That cold before it starts to cause a major issue. Lizard coming in just to add my fucking problems. Our face covering. Now purify that again. Fought the cold off for now. So strawberry jam's better than honey because it hydrates you as well. where honey dehydrates you. Fire's gone out by now. No. Going? Maybe. Where's that chicken? Right, back to the church then. That it might be going still. It is, I think. Just. It's probably a good way of putting it. It's just about giving some heat. I'm going to take a painkiller a second, guys. I've got toothache at the moment. So, priest hunting. I think there's a church up there. No, it's not. It's on the next piece. So this is this one. It's the next town up, isn't it? Or is it next town down? Well, we'll find out. You have to go town to town. There's no way we're geared enough to go inland. You can get a better jacket out of the train down here. That would certainly help. Do that. I wanted to rip them up with my hands. Hi B92, how are you? I had a nasty incident where somebody put a landmine outside my base. So at the moment the door is open and I need to make it home. Better than nothing. I'm good, thank you. Thank you for checking. They're still there, B92. In the files, they're still showing as being there. So it's still showing in the files that they generate. So I have no idea. Because they're still working according to the logs. So I don't know why they're not. Because I have no way of solving that without... Yeah, I have no way of solving it because the logs are showing that they're forming and wiping and working. So, because when you first said there was a problem with them, it might have been you that said, we went and checked the logs and all the logs show that they're still forming in. And still working the same way that they did before. So I'm really not sure. And unfortunately, without the problem with expansion, if you take a mod off some of the mods and reinstall them, you have to wipe the server. And AI is a difficult one. That if I reinstall the AI mod, I'll more than likely have to wipe the server and start again. But all the files are correct. It shows that it's working. It just isn't. I wish I knew why. Oh, fuck. I want someone to raid me before the wipe. Have you got a lot of gear in there, have you? Right, guys, I'm just going to take a quick comfort break. I'll be right back. I have everything available on the server. I have about 15 barrels. Next wipe, there'll be less. It's been too easy this wipe to get stuff. With the trader gone and I'll make an announcement in chat, in the Discord. I'm nearly ready to make the announcement. I think, realistically, we're going to be forced to wipe for 1.27, which is probably 2 weeks away. So my thoughts are we stay with this to a 1.27 and then we wipe. But maybe I'll put it to a vote and see if people want the last 2 weeks of summer. And we could just take the snow and the cold off for 2 weeks. Or however long it takes to 1.27. And then it will be summer. But there's problems with 1.27 and mods. It's causing issues with things like base building plus. So, yeah. Unfortunately. So it might be a bit of a challenge. But my guess is 2 weeks to 1.27 dropping. Ish. And then it will be summer. And the summer wipe, we're going to work on less loot. No trader, rather than it being cold. But obviously it will rain. But it will feel a bit more normal. It'll be harder, it'll be easier to survive, but the loot will be a lot less. That's a better way of putting it. Yeah, it's too easy. It's far too easy. I want it to be harder. It's difficult now when you first spawn in, but once you've got a little bit of gear and have regular fires, it's too easy. But having no trader will help. No trader and a lack of loot means that players are going to be more inclined to raid or to do anything to get loot. I hope. After all, I finally died. I have to try and get back to base. Yeah, and that's quite difficult when you first spawn in. But it needs to be a struggle more than just when you first spawn in. It has to feel hard. Difficult to do with Chernarus because of the amount of loot spaces. Because I can't turn them off. So I'm going to have to play with the data a little bit differently than we currently do. Which I can do. Saw a greenhouse and thought about food, but a fire is probably more important. You make it so stuff will have a chance to spawn ruined. Yes, I could do that. Or so at the moment on every restart I restock all the loot spaces. But I think what we'll do instead is have it work all on timers. So some areas will just have no loot for a few hours after a restart, and then loot will get replaced. So it will just feel like there's a lot less loot. And there will be anyway. At the moment we're on a 30% nerf. We'll probably go down to a 60% nerf. So there'll be half the loot there is now. And the food will be dropping a lot more than that. So you'll be forced to fish until you can get a weapon and kill animals. And you should be saving your food for emergencies. Why am I always doing 2 of them at the moment? Or is that just the game is being stupid? And also next wipe we'll be doing our prize draw for the best base at the end of wipe to win £20 worth of Steam voucher or £20 PayPal'd over. So hopefully that will encourage players to build a really nice base that's covert, but also raid other bases, so they're the only one left on wipe day. Oh, hello. So at the moment I set the items to spawn in. So items spawn in on a sliding scale between 0.1, which is pristine, and 99, which is ruined. So I have my items spawn in between 0.48 and 0.889. So they're basically hardly ever pristine, but I have some items that I automatically put into an exempt folder, so they're not counted within that. So you might get certain items that are pristine just occasionally. I sometimes want players to find something that's pristine just because that feels then like a massive reward. Yeah, and that's what I want players to feel like, if that makes sense. It has to feel like something major. Footwear's the biggest issue, I think, for players, which I need to work out how we're going to solve it. And I think I have with the recipes. I think, so the recipes, if I can get them working, we're going to have a piece of rope plus a wooden hook will make a sewing kit, and a sewing kit plus a screwdriver will make a leather sewing kit. And that's sort of what I'm working on the recipes. I'm going to try and write it tomorrow. Did catch a pair of pristine wellies, so there you go. So that means that it would be quite easy to find a screwdriver, and quite easy to make a leather sewing kit so you can repair your footwear. So then we'd have more screwdrivers spawning, but hardly any leather repair kits. So players would have to make their own. We're also having a sewing machine in game next wipe that if you get the needle and cotton, which will be findable, you can repair items of clothing. You can't repair to pristine, but you can repair them up to like worn easily in base, and it uses up less resources than doing it with an actual sewing kit. Because again, I want players to work towards having certain items, being able to survive, but I'm making nice bases that have like a kitchen and a storage room and everything else, and it feels good. Ah, a priest. Bit worried that this door's open, but hey. I think we're going to have it as well that you can cut these up and turn them into pieces of paper. Three Ks to home. And another train. Nice. And a train event because it's got a crash on it. We're still going to have these barrels on next wipe. I like them. Oh, you star. Good evening, Tin Man. How are you? It wasn't me placing the mine. I wouldn't mind if it was. It goes with the game. No, I'm good, thank you. Bit of toothache, which is weird, but I'm fighting that. It's a bit annoying, but that's it. You know, it'll be solvable eventually. So we're going to need another fire really soon. There's a house up there. That might be the ideal place to do it. We'll have to get wet to get to it though. Swimming is pretty tricky on this server. Yeah. It's a little bit cold, isn't it? You can always go across the bridge. There is a bridge there to help you. But swimming is a little bit tricky. Find any mines on Salisky, did you? Joking. Things will be a little warmer next wipe, but there'll be a lot less loot. So it'll be easier to not die to the environment, but you might die to not having enough food or not being able to get clothing and stuff like that. But the environment won't want to kill you quite as much. What's there now? I wonder how that happened. Anyone would think that I made it that way. So that bridge was... The bridge in the mod that bridge is in fully works and it isn't broken. So I broke the bridge before I brought it in. And then I added the Zs to the two areas at either end to make it a bit of a challenge. You know, I wanted players to have a problem there. Not a problem, that's not fair, but you know what I mean. I wanted it to be a challenge. It was a challenge. Good. That's what I was aiming for. It works quite well though. It's because it's a low tier area, so it's made it harder. And obviously we've put some better loot on there now. So there's a reason to go there. I should have used the matches, shouldn't I? Like a daft goblin. That is no use, is it? No. But we do want that one. Because what we're going to aim to do is make a fishing rod now. Looting key chest was nice, and my reason to go there. Lovely adventure. I'm glad. I'm really glad. It's not massive loot, but on this server, it's useful loot, isn't it? It's not like other servers where the loot is a one tapper and some explosives. On here, it's a bit more. It's worth the trip, and it just helps you survive a little bit easier. Getting the balance right was not easy. I hope it will be next wipe will be a challenge. It'll be a challenge in different ways. We're slowly getting to the point where when I do a wipe, it'll be really quick. We're not there yet. Working on that balance, and I'm now trying to make things a little bit more professional. We've had a year of it just being a survival server. Now I want to make it still a survival server, but a bit more polished. As we come into our second year now. Can't use a screwdriver to dig up worms. It's a shame, isn't it? That'll be really useful to you next wipe. You better make them. So next wipe, I'm going to allow you guys to make sea chests as long as I can get my modding skills to work. You bloody game. Oh, is it being janky? Yeah, I'm about to crash. Yeah, it won't let me do anything. Right, I'm going to log out and log back in again, guys. But don't worry, I'm going to stay on. But we'll log out and then log back in again. So really looking forward to a week on Monday, is it? Because that new game comes out, Kingdom, what's its face? We'll be doing that again. Let's try and catch another fish. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Potentially I'll stream it or make content in it. Massively looking forward to that. As we see about Goblin from the Middle Ages. But this winter patch isn't helping the server at all. It's, unfortunately, it's quite FPS intensive. And I know I'm bleeding. I'm hoping I can get the mod working, then tomorrow night I can show off the recipes that we're going to be using next wipe. Hopefully I can get it working tomorrow. So, Rog. Yeah. We come up this road. We could probably now push for home. Do have a little bit of emergency food at home. That at least allows us to get geared up. Then we'll try the push for home now. Base building recipes? No, so base building plus I hope to have next wipe rather than expansion. The recipes I'll do a video on it, and also I'll put them into the Discord. But it will be base building plus as long as I can get it working with 1.27. It's been difficult, it's fair to say, at the moment for people that are testing it. The recipes will be more to do with making survival items like sewing kits and leather sewing kits and hammers and sharpening stones and nails, that sort of stuff. So like we have now, but so at the moment we have one mod that handles making nails. We have another mod that does sewing kits and things. I'm going to rewrite them into my own mod with my own thing where it's just one mod that does a lot. That's a Goblin DayZ mod. So you'll be able to make sea chests. You'll be able to make barrels. You'll be able to... that sort of thing. So yeah, some base building in a roundabout way. No, I'm thinking 3 sheets of metal and a piece of wire will make you a barrel. And then I'll increase the amount of metal that spawns in the world, but I'll decrease the amount of barrels. Awesome. Those regular kits are important for survival. Yes. So it's more about survival stuff than it is about... the base building side would be more about what you make nails, you get rope, you build yourself a base. Obviously code locks are a problem because... I maybe have a way of solving it, but we'll see. I'm having a long, hard think about a couple of options I have. And one of the options is you could make your own code locks. But we'll see. I haven't decided fully yet. Yeah. So I want less barrels because there'll be less loot. But I don't mind people making barrels. But then what they'll have to do is carry 3 sheets of metal home, which is difficult in itself, to then make a barrel with. So that seems to me more fair. And you know the little, like, wooden box you can make with it? It's 7 planks and 30 nails, or 10 planks and 7 nails, whatever it is. What I'm going to do is have that, is you make that, and then you can upgrade that into a sea chest. And then you can upgrade the sea chest into a fridge in a certain route. I think. Make bandages. I'm going to have, it'll be something like 3 rags. And one of those will delete that completely, but will make you a solid bandage. So you can carry on using rags if you want, or you could make it into an actual bandage, but that's your choice. So if you have a little bit of that left, you might choose to make a bandage. But we're going to have less loot. There's going to be 50% less loot than there is now. Of everything. And 90% less food. So it will be fishing and hunting that will be what keeps you alive. And growing vegetables if you've got a base. So I think that's a fair thing to allow people to do. There will be still MREs in, but they'll all be in loot crates. You won't be able to find any in the world. So you'll have to get a key to get and move up through the loot crates to find them. Which again is a nice reward. Alright, get home and close my bloody door. Have a fire. See if we've got any food, and then go off on a bit of a mission. We have somewhere to go to gear up, so... It's only taken an hour and 40 minutes to get home. Yeah. So. Oh, we can pick them up now. For a long time we couldn't. That's nice. So we're going to need a log. We'll leave some more firewood here for next time. Paper, piece of paper, matches. Need water and we don't have, but we'll take the glass bottle with us because that's better. That knife's all right. Drop a screwdriver off. Both of them. We'll drop off the picture for later. We'll take the swipe card with us though for this, what we're off to do. Carry the matches, repair kit. We need another knife. Oh wait, killed. Really annoying. Do I have spare 9mm? Bit of 9mm. $76239. Do. Chlorine tablets. That's a good point. Thank you. Save one here for emergencies, don't we? So, fishing rod damaged. Or do we go 12 gauge? Ah, the real world. That is a blaze. How am I doing on 556? That's not in bad condition. Yeah, that makes more sense. Let's... back off. That done. Better condition than the other pistol, isn't it? So let's do the sensible thing. That's done. Won't take the fucking sword. Won't take anything useful. Okay. I think I had 2 of them. No NATO suppressors, have I? No. Okay. I'd say we're pretty much set. Right then. So we're going to about there. Somewhere along here. Go via the well, though. Did bring the swipe card. Yes, good, good, good. So if anybody's watching this and they're interested in playing my version of a server, there's a link on your screen now. It is a PvP base building survival server. That's solo, 100% solo. You can't team up, run with people, base up with people, raid with people. If you meet someone in game, you can choose to chat to them if you wish to, but basically that's your choice. There are no safe zones. Currently we have a trader, next wipe we won't. It is a PvP server, though it can feel at times PvE, but that's due to the fact that the environment is being made a lot harsh to kill you, but it is a PvP. There are no cars, there are no tents. They went 12 years ago when the outbreak happened. To get M working for a map, you need to find a map. Though, if you get completely lost, go and find a priest. They'll show you the way. As you've worked out, if you're watching this, it's a lot colder currently. Though next wipe won't be quite as cold. It's -6 at the moment during the day and -20 at night. Next wipe will probably be 0 during the day and -10 at night. Long days, short nights, 6-hour restarts. We have 3 bunkered areas that need a swipe card. We have a key card, like keys and crates. We have currently 3 independent crates that work on their own keys, and then 1 series of crates that work towards an end game one-tapper and explosives. Raiding allowed 24/7, 365. Longer wipes, so this wipe will probably go till 1.27 drops, and then we will have a short break while I build the new server, and then we will switch into probably an 8-week wipe. Probably, I think it's 12 weeks is too long, 6 is too short for survival, so it'll probably be about an 8-week wipe. This wipe is 5 toad locks maximum, Next wipe will be as many code locks as you wish to have. Getting them might be more difficult, but you can have, once you've got them, you can have as many as you want. Obviously, I'm the server owner, but I do play it as well. I don't tend to raid because I know where everyone's bases are, or I can very quickly work out where everyone's bases are using some logging software. But next wipe, because we're going to unlimited code locks, I will be probably taking part in the actual game as well and raiding people potentially, because I've got no reason to log where their bases are. I don't need to check for compliancy. Chernarus, as you would see, next wipe we'll be back on a normal green summer type Chernarus, though slightly colder than normal. Our zombies are more military than civilian, to make it a little bit harder. We do have some added extras in the zombies, things like they will blow up sometimes, or go off or disappear in a gas cloud. We have a crafting menu. If you press pause on your keyboard and you go to crafting, it will tell you everything that can be made on the server and how to make it from a crafting perspective, as well as some basic quick rules, hints, FAQs, how to get support dealt with, crafting, and some very basic stats for yourself as a player. So if you were opening a ticket, for instance, you could go to player, and if I put it in, I haven't, forget what I just said. Yeah, but it will give you support, boom, 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 join Discord to open ticket. Support is, the server is UK based, I'm UK based, so support is UK based upon when I'm able to get on the server. Obviously I work full time, so I can't be here 24/7, but I try and make the server as stable as possible so you don't need to open support tickets. And we've got a really helpful little community that will talk through stuff. We don't have any in-game chat, so if you press enter now and type any message, it will show you as chatting, but nothing will go out to anyone else on the server. But it's logged, so I can see what people are typing. If someone's typing help an awful lot and asking for help, then I will reach out to them and say, how can I help, if I pick up on it. Easy flag. So a flag is sticks and a rope. You need to keep your flag up to keep your base alive. And this wipe we've been using expansion base building. Next wipe we're going to go hopefully to base building plus. To be able to make some more interesting bases. Why is my RV 6k's away? Is that the one we're heading for? I suppose that's about right. Yeah. Slightly harder bears. Currently AI on helicopters, but they don't seem to be working correctly. So next wipe the AI won't be on helis more than likely. We don't have AI patrols though. Though next wipe, potentially AI will move into endgame. So when you get through all the crates, the final crate mission might involve a firefight as well against the AI, potentially. Depending on how I decide to use them. Which will be decided when I'm building and testing the server. We currently have, it's a 30 slot server, paid for the whole of 2025. We've been up for a year already, and we've grown from an average of 5 people in a 24-hour period that play to an average of 10 people that play within every 24-hour period, which is nice. My aim this year is to make the server slightly more professional, bring some of the mods in-house, increase them, and hopefully get us up to nearer 20-25 players that play on a regular basis. As you would have worked out, we are on Chernarus, and that's where we'll be staying for the foreseeable future. I am currently just setting up a secondary laptop so I can have a development laptop which will be running a copy of this build for development purposes to speed up future wipes, though won't work for 1.27, and will also allow me to test mods before I roll them out on the server and check things are working correctly. Quad core, 16 gig business laptop, 1 terabyte hard disk, older laptop, but state of the art when it came out, not so much now. Which I swapped for 32 gigs of 32 gigs of DDR4 when I went to a DDR5 machine. We're going to need another fire to survive. This is one of those games that as soon as you start getting cold, you really get cold. We are on a mission. sit here until either we get more plus cycles or the fire runs out. Do need to replace our trousers or our pants if you're non-UK. They're not in the best condition. Second symbol's coming in, which is nice. Don't think we're going to get a third symbol. We'll carry on moving. Six-hour restarts, so you don't have to worry about that happening every 10 minutes. Slightly increased bears and wolves. Nothing drastic. Just going to take cover under a tree up here, or under a bush. I'm going to take a quick comfort break, guys. I won't be long. Be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. I am back. As I said, I've got a little bit of toothache at the moment, so I keep working on the tooth. Applying painkillers to it. I'm in an unfortunate situation where I do not have a dentist. I had a dentist, and then just before COVID hit, I had to move house because of work. COVID hit. The dentist that was going to take me on didn't take on any patients because of COVID. And then when COVID cleared, there was no spaces. So I'm stuck in a world of self-help, paying for private, or going to an emergency UK dentist and getting it patched. And it's been patched twice already, and I can't afford for it to be extracted or drilled and filled. But that's life. We'll solve it. Lots of sensitive toothpaste patching, and then if it clears up, brilliant, and if it doesn't, then emergency dentist and hope they'll pull it. Much as we have a brilliant health service in the UK, that doesn't really cover teeth very well. But enough of medical issues. So yeah, week on Monday, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 comes out. I will be producing content in it. Probably pre-recorded and uploaded, but we'll see. I've been looking forward to the game for a while. I like the whole scenario of being in medieval times, trying to make your way in the world, in a very interactive world that's for a game ultra realistic. I realise it isn't DayZ, but hopefully we can tap into some other stuff. I also potentially might be streaming some Elite Dangerous if anyone's interested in watching that. Obviously I've got the system to run it now and make it look really good. I've just got to buy myself a Xbox controller for it, because trying to fly on a keyboard and mouse is quite difficult. And I don't really want to go full on getting all the other bits and pieces. But yes, and potentially we might do some ED. It's a bad way of describing it, isn't it? Might do some Elite Dangerous. A game I do love. Really, really do enjoy. But I can't really do that and DayZ at the same time. Well, I can, but you know what I mean. It's quite a involved game, ED. Other things we're looking at is when it comes out in a couple of months' time, Atomfall, which is like Fallout and Stalker mixed, but in the UK. And the game we'll be looking at doing some content in, and still keeping up with the DayZ content. Though when we wipe this server, I will be playing the server a bit more on the new wipe. Where are we? Bet that pond be here, you know. As I said, next wipe, we will be making things a little more interesting with less cold, summer, still cold, and taller grass, so it'll be easier to hide, and it'll be harder to find the things you need to find. It'll be a little bit less laggy, because we won't have this late autumn, early winter patch on that just causes problems. It just isn't very good. That's the trouble. It looks really nice, but it isn't optimized for every server I play on, including like the big boys servers. This causes lag. And the snow particles in DayZ massively cause lag. And we might at some point do some scum, because that's a whole new level of pain. But we're going to delete that now, so if we get killed we won't be stuck with that marker. We know the airfield is that way. We've also applied for an event for next Saturday. If you're watching this, that'll be the 1st of February. If we get accepted, then we'll be doing a streaming event next Saturday. I'll let you know once I know if I've been accepted and what it's all about. And then we'll be doing a few more events in February and March. Of the fucking fire. Have we got any buildings that are easy to build a fire in? It's easy, but there maybe. starting to lose health, and we don't want to lose health. Message, guys, give me a second. Aftermath wipes next Friday. Joy. Cargo? Cargo. Worth their weight in gold. See if we can do a bunker. The bunker. Way in. Fucking NPC zombies everywhere. Fuck that. How many people around here with landmines at the moment? Without a key, that's about as far as I can go in here. Time to extract. And that, guys, will do for tonight's episode. We've been on for 3 hours. I will see you in the next one. We'll log out somewhere reasonably safe. Thanks for watching, guys.